Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the topic Internet of Things security. In our today's topic, we'll be exploring the security risks associated with IoT devices and the importance of security in IoT ecosystems. First, looking at IT security's challenges and benefits. In the benefits section, we have efficiency and automation, enhanced user experience, remote monitoring and management, innovation in new business models, and safety security. Efficiency automation in IoT enables automation and optimization of processes in various domains, including smart homes, healthcare, transportation, and manufacturing. Connected devices can collect and analyze data in real time, leading to improved efficiency and productivity. Moving to the topic, enhanced user experience. IoT enhances user experiences by providing personalized and context-aware services. For example, smart home devices can adjust lighting, temperature, and entertainment preferences based on user preferences and behavior. Remote monitoring and management. IoT enables remote monitoring and management of devices and systems, allowing businesses to track assets, perform diagnostics, and implement predictive maintenance. Can reduce downtime, increase reliability, and lower operational costs. Innovation in new business models. IoT drives innovation by enabling the development of new products, services, and business models. Companies can create value-added services, subscription-based models, and data-driven insights using IoT data. Safety and security. Despite the security challenges, IoT can enhance safety and security in various contexts. For example, IoT devices can monitor environmental conditions, detect anomalies, and alert users to potential hazards such as fires, leaks, or intrusions. Moving to the challenges, diverse, which has diverse ecosystems, vulnerabilities, devices, data privacy concerns, cyber attacks, and supply chain risks. First, looking into diverse ecosystem, in IoT devices come in various forms, ranging from smart thermostats and wearables to industrial sensors and medical devices. This diversity creates a complex and interconnected ecosystem, making it difficult to enforce uniform security standards. Next, the vulnerabilities in devices. Many IoT devices have limited processing power and memory, leading manufacturers to prioritize functionalities over security. As a result, these devices often have vulnerabilities such as default passwords, unencrypted communication, and lack of security updates. Data privacy concerns. IT devices collect vast amounts of sensitive data about users, including personal information, location, data, and behavior patterns. Inadequate data protection measures can lead to unauthorized access, data breaches, and privacy violations. Cyber attacks. IoT devices are susceptible to various cyber attacks, including malware infections, botnet exploitation, and remote hijacking. Compromised devices can be used to launch DDoS attacks, steal data, and infiltrate others into the network. Supply chain risks. The global supply chain for IoT devices involves numerous vendors and manufacturers, increasing the risk of supply chain attacks such as tampering with hardware or injecting malicious firmware. Moving to the next topic, IoT security risks. Security. This topic has two headings: security measures and security vulnerabilities. First, we look into security measures. Strong authentication. In strong authentication, implementing a strong authentication mechanism such as multi-factor authentication to prevent unauthorized access to IoT devices and systems. This can include passwords, biometrics, and devices such as certificates. Then encryption. Encrypt data both at rest and transit to protect from unauthorized access. Use strong encryption algorithms to secure communication channels between IoT devices, gateways, and backend systems. Secure boot and firmware updates. Ensure that IoT devices only boot from transferred firmware and software to prevent tampering and unauthorized modifications. Implement a secure firmware update mechanisms to patch vulnerabilities and address security flaws promptly. Access control. Implement granular access control policies to restrict access to IoT devices and database on user roles and permissions. This can prevent unauthorized users or devices from accessing sensitive information or performing malicious actions. Next, network segmentation. The network segmentation in IoT devices into separate network zones, VLANs, that's virtual like local area networks, to isolate them from critical systems and data. This limits the impact of security breaches and prevents lateral movement within the network. Device management. Implement robust management practices to monitor, track, and control IoT devices throughout their life cycle. This includes inventory management, configuration management, and remote monitoring capabilities, security monitoring, and incident response. Deploy security monitoring tools and systems to detect anomalies, suspicious activities, and potential security breaches in real time. Develop an incident response plan to mitigate security incidents promptly and minimize their impact. Physical security. Secure physical access to IoT devices and infrastructure can prevent unauthorized tampering or theft. May include physical logs, tamper evidence seals, and surveillance cameras to monitor sensitive locations. Next, moving to the vulnerabilities in the security. Firstly, we look into the weak authentication. Many IoT devices ship with default or weak passwords, making them vulnerable to brute force attacks. Additionally, some devices lack proper authentication mechanisms altogether, allowing attackers to gain unauthorized access easily, and they could easily access into the IoT device. Insecure communication. IoT devices often communicate over unencrypted and are insecure channels, making them susceptible to eavesdropping, man-in-the-middle attack, and data encryption. This can compromise the confidentiality and integrity of sensitive information. Unpatched vulnerabilities. Manufacturers may not release timely security updates or patches for IoT devices, leaving them vulnerable to exploits and vulnerabilities. Without regular updates, devices remain exposed to potential attacks and security breaches. Next, the lack of secure configuration. Many IoT devices have insecure default configurations or unnecessarily enabled, increasing the attack surfaces and susceptibility to exploitation. Failure to configure devices securely can lead to unauthorized access to compromise. Physical tampering. Physical access to IoT devices can enable attacker tamper with hardware, extract sensitive information, or inject malicious support. Weak physical security measures make devices vulnerable to physical attacks and compromise their negativity and integrity. Supply chain risks. IoT devices are often manufactured by third-party vendors, increasing the risk of supply chain attacks such as criminal tampering, counterfeit components, and malicious implants. Compromised devices can introduce backdoors or vulnerabilities into the ecosystem. These vulnerabilities are comprehensive approaches that encompasses secure design practices, rigorous testing, ongoing maintenance, and collaboration among stakeholders to mitigate risk effectively and ensure that security of IoT deployments. Next, moving to cyber attack on IoT devices. Mainly looking into real world impact, the IoT devices are vulnerable to hacking, leading to data breaches, leading to the data breaches violations. Next, DDoS attacks on IoT networks disrupt various services, causing financial loss and system downfire. Malware targeting IoT devices can steal sensitive information or turn devices into bots for further attacks. Then ransomware attacks on IoT ecosystem demand payment in exchange for restoring access to devices. These are the some major real world impacts that are there on IoT devices. Next, moving to the IoT ecosystem importance. First, looking at the benefits, it has an enhanced user privacy protection through secure IoT infrastructure. It prevents unauthorized access to sensitive data in IoT devices, mitigation of potential cyber threats, and security breaches in IoT networks. Then challenges, implementation costs and complexities associated with securing IoT systems. There is possibility to interoperability issues when integrating security measures into the existing IoT devices. Need for continuous monitoring and updating of security protocols to stay ahead of the evolving cyber threats. Next, looking at the topic of IoT securities, best practices. Secure IoT devices implement strong encryption methods to protect data, transmission, and storage. Regularly update the firmware and software to patch vulnerabilities and improve security measures. use multi-factor authentication to add an extra layer of protection on IoT devices. These are the few steps that you could make your IoT devices more secure. Looking into challenges in the security, IoT devices may lack built-in security features, making them vulnerable to cyber attacks. Data privacy concerns arise when the amount of personal information collected by the IoT devices are high when compared to the user. Complexity in managing security for a large network of interconnected IoT devices. These are the major challenges faced in the security-based practices. When moving to the IoT security standards, consists of 8 security standards. First, the IoT Security Foundation, IoTSF. The IoTSF provides a comprehensive set of guidelines and best practices for securing IoT devices, networks, and platforms. The best practice guidelines cover various aspects of IoT security, including device authentication, secure communication, and vulnerability management. Then the Industrial Internet Consortium, IIC. The IIC offers the Industrial Internet Security Framework, which provides a structured approach to security industrial IoT systems. It addresses security challenges specific to industrial environments such as critical information protection, secure supply chains, and compliance requirements. Thirdly, the Open Connectivity Foundation, OCF. OCF develops standard for IoT interoperability and security, aiming to create a common framework for seamless communication between IoT devices and platforms. The security specifics include secure device provisioning, access control, and data encryption. NIST cybersecurity framework. Yes, the National Institute of Standard and Technology offers the NIST CSF, a widely recognized framework for managing cybersecurity risks. While not specific to IoT, it provides guidance on identifying, protecting, and detecting, responding to, or recovering from cybersecurity threats, which can be applied to IoT environments. European Telecommunication Standard Institutes (ETSI) has developed standards for IoT security, including specifications for secure communication protocols, identity management, and security requirements for IoT devices and platforms. The standard aims to ensure interoperability, privacy, and trustworthiness in IoT deployments. Internet Engineering Task Force IETF develops standards for Internet protocols and technologies, including those relevant to IoT security. These specifications cover areas such as secure communication protocols, for example, the DTLS for app network securities, and device management, such as the constraint application protocol. Moving to seventh point, global platform. The global platform develops specifications for secure digital services and devices, including IoT. The standard address secure device provisioning, authentication, and lifecycle management, enabling interoperability and trustworthiness in IoT deployment. Finally, the last security standard is the Cloud Security Alliance, CSA. CSA provides guidance on security cloud-based IoT solutions through their IoT working group. Their research and best practices cover topics such as IoT security, architecture, and data protection for cloud-based IoT deployments. Moving to the next topic is security metrics. Security metrics consist of 12 important metrics such as that is firstly the device inventory. Device inventory keeps track of types of number of IoT devices in use. Secondly, the patch management. Patch management monitors how to update devices are updated with current security patches. Next, the vulnerability management. Track and address vulnerabilities in IoT devices. Incident response time. It measures how quickly security incidents are detected and handled. Authentication strength assesses the robustness of users' authentication methods. Then the encryption coverage. It evaluates the extent to which data is encrypted during a transmission. Seventhly, the access control effectiveness. It measures how wheel access to devices and data is controlled. The network segmentation gauges separation gauges separation of IoT devices from critical systems, compliance and adherence. It ensures alignment with relevant security standards and regulations. User awareness and training. It just assess it, it just assesses the employee's understanding of IoT security's best practices. Physical security controls evaluates measures to prevent physical tampering with devices. Finally, the supply chain security assesses security practices of IoT devices, suppliers, and manufacturers. With all these metrics, it helps organizations assess and improve the security of their IoT deployments by providing insights to areas needing attention and tracking progress over time. Finally, moving to our topic IoT security timeline. In IoT security timeline, it has a basic implementation guide, which is firstly a step-by-step process to secure IoT ecosystem through implementation of security measures. There is an example for security measures as represented in a bar graph. Then, second step is to ensure data protection and privacy by implementing encryption and access control measures. Finally, regular monitoring and updating of security protocols to keep up with evolving threats. With the help of this guide, we could uh, have a guide to security over timeline. Finally, looking into the security importance. In conclusion, IoT security is of paramount in today's interconnected world. Securing IoT devices safeguards sensitive data, mitigates cyber threats, and ensures businesses continuity. Moreover, it protects public safety, prevents financial losses, maintains customer trust, ensures regulatory compliance, and prevents physical harm. By prioritizing IoT security measures, organizations can harness the transformative potential of IoT technologies by minimizing risks and safeguarding the integrity of their operations and the trust of their stakeholders. Thank you.